Last month hit me harder than expected. I slipped into a rut where everything felt heavy. I wasn't eating right, I wasn't taking care of myself, and honestly, I didn't even want to try. And while your setback might look different from mine, maybe you've been there too. So in this video, I'm going to share the small steps I took to start climbing back. My hope is that you have something you can try out for yourself as well. In the past, I had a solid morning routine that kept me sharp, but lately it's been non-existent. Most mornings, I don't wake up early anymore to work on my business or content. Now, luckily, I still get up on time to take my kids to the bus stop, but after that, I just get lost in video games, YouTube, and social media. Back when I was at my best, I wake up at 5 a.m., brush my teeth, and just jump straight into whatever task I had planned the night before. That version of me had momentum. But right now, I don't feel like doing any of that. So instead of trying to force that full version back, I'm starting small. Tomorrow, I'm bringing back my mini routine. Not perfect, not polished, just enough to feel like I'm moving in the right direction. The first morning I tried to reset, I kept it simple. After I dropped off the kids at the bus stop, I made myself a cup of coffee and I sat down with my journal. Instead of diving into video games or scrolling, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for and the 3 things I am proud of. It felt awkward at first because lately my self-talk has been pretty negative, but it helped me shift my mindset. I was grateful for small things like the cooler weather in Texas, my daughters laughing before school, or even just having a quiet moment with my coffee. And I was proud that I was finally taking a step to change instead of letting another day slip away. Then I did a short stretch routine focused on my lower back problem. Nothing long, just a few minutes of hip, legs, and back stretches. Not perfect, but enough to remind myself that I'm moving forward. When I finally decided to work out again, it was right at home. The bench press and dumbbells were sitting right next to me, but for weeks I ignored them. Every day I told myself I'll start tomorrow, so that first day back wasn't easy. I didn't push heavy, I didn't aim to crush it, I just picked up the weights to remind myself what it felt like to move again. And honestly, it was rough. I was slower, I was weaker, and even a little embarrassed at how far I have slipped. But I remind myself why I do it in the first place. Lifting makes me confident, it lowers my stress, it clears my head. When I'm consistent, I feel stronger in every part of my life, not just physically. That first session wasn't great, but the second one already felt better than the first. And that's the real win. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about building momentum again. The truth is, getting back on track isn't a straight line. After a couple of good days, I hit a wall. I woke up drained, I had no energy, and even after doing a little bit of work, I just crashed, and I hated it. I felt useless, frustrated, and honestly, it made me question if I was really making progress at all. But here's the thing, setbacks don't erase the progress you already made. They just test how willing you are to keep moving forward, even if it's slower than you want. One thing I've always struggled with is showing weakness in front of my kids. Whether it's because I want them to see me at my best or just a man thing, I don't know, but I never want them to see me on my off days. So even when I feel completely worn out, I put a smile on, keep things moving, and save the low moments for me when I'm alone. Food was another big part of the rut. I was eating so unhealthy, pouting candy, Mike and Ice, blueberry pie, soda, dessert. If it was sweet, I was grabbing it. And that only made me feel worse with low energy, bloated, and guilty. So I flipped the switch and started fasting. Most of the days, it was just black coffee with a little trivial sugar, and I wouldn't eat until dinner time. Surprisingly, I had a ton of energy. When I finally sat down for dinner, I kept it very simple. Eggs, rice, chicken, and sparkling water with my supplements. And luckily, my kids love eating the same things. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about getting some control back. And having that control made me feel better about myself, even with just one small win at a time. One of the biggest things that pulled me out of my rut was helping other single dads. They go through some of the toughest experience you can imagine, juggling kids, money, loneliness, loss, and everything in between. When I take the time to share resources, give advice, or just listen to what they're going through, it lifts me up. It's not one-sided either. I learn a lot from them as well. Their stories, their struggles, their wins. It reminds me that I'm not alone in this and that we can all grow stronger together. Every time I pour into others, I end up feeling much better about myself. It's that reminder that even when I'm struggling, I still have value to give. Another thing that made a difference was just talking it out. When you're in a rut, keeping everything bottled up just makes everything feels heavier. I'm also part of a group of single dads where we meet online face to face and we talk about our challenges and our goals. Sometimes it's about parenting, sometimes it's about money, sometimes it's just mental side of carrying so much responsibility. What I love about it is that nobody has to explain themselves. We already get it, and that's huge. Because not everyone in your life can fully understand what you're going through. For me, those conversations are like a reset. I can be honest, get things off my chest, and also hear perspective that pushes me to grow. I wouldn't call it therapy, but it feels just as valuable because it's real people walking the same road as I am. The next step for me was facing something I've been avoiding. When you're in a rut, fear can creep in. You start putting things off, even stuff you used to enjoy. That meant picking up habits that I had dropped. I was so out of rhythm that even simple things like sitting down to create content or pushing myself in a workout felt intimidating. It wasn't that I couldn't do it, it was that I convinced myself it was just too much to handle. But the longer you avoid something, the bigger it gets in your head. So I forced myself to take small steps back into it. And once I did, it wasn't nearly as scary as I built it up to be. That's the lesson. When you're stuck, find one thing you've been avoiding and just face it. It won't be perfect, but it will remind you that you're still capable. Looking back, I've been through plenty of setbacks before. Times when money was tight, when I felt overwhelmed, or when life just hits me harder than expected. And in the middle of it, I always thought, man, am I ever going to bounce back from this? But the truth is, I did. Every single time. I came back stronger, and this rut was no different. What makes it tricky is how isolating it feels when you're in it. You start to believe you're the only one struggling. But once you talk it out, you lean on your circle, or you take even a smallest step forward, you realize you're not alone. That's why I remind myself and other dads I talk to that setback doesn't define you. They test you. And if you keep moving, no matter how slowly, you're gonna come out the other side better than before. By the end of all this, I realized something very important. Getting out of the rut just takes time. It wasn't a quick fix or a 10-minute montage where everything suddenly felt easier again. It took weeks of ups and downs of reminding myself that even small wins count. And if you're still in that place right now, I want to leave you with a simple challenge. Pick one thing you've been putting off, just one, and do it today. It could be a short workout with the dumbbells in the corner. It could be just journaling one page, hanging out with your kids, or even just cleaning up the space around you so you feel more in control. The size of the task really doesn't matter. What matters is proving to yourself that you're not stuck. Instead, you're moving again. And if this video gave you something to think about or a small push in the right direction, make sure to like the video. That way it reaches more people who might need it too. Thanks for watching.